Even down a tad, maybe. Yeah, here, let's do this. There we go. How's that? See what I'm doing here, huh? Just trying to get a little bit of heat in it. Take a little cruise. Got my radio going. See, got some subs back there. I don't know, hopefully you can see that. But, I probably can't see the boost gauge because it's got a lot of glare on it. But, going up the hill, 4th gear, 10 PSI. Not too bad. Probably want to get on a straightaway, give it a little pull. Car's kind of wonk. It's got a lot of miles, 380,000. Still drives good though. I mean, for that many miles. The main things I want to get done. Currently has no power steering. It blew the return line, so that's just bypassed to the belt. Yeah, so I would like to get that fixed. The suspension is really wonky in this thing. It's like really boaty, kind of just sways around. Hey, Jetta gang, just kind of sways around a lot. So I wouldn't mind. I don't really want to do coilovers, but I might do that. It's just the motor, it sits so low. The oil pan sits so low. So I already, like, since I've owned this car in a year, I've broke 4 oil pans on this thing because this is New Hampshire. The roads are crap. So I'd like to get the motor raised somehow. They sell a kit. I think it's on Euro Tuning. It's, I can't remember. It's like 119, I believe. And it's just 1-inch spacers to put in between the motor mounts to lift it. And then for the dog bone mount, it's got more inch spacers, longer bolts for all of it. So if I could lift that an inch higher, then I'd feel a little more comfortable maybe putting it on. I don't really want to do Racelands, but I would do Racelands if I had to. Coming up on this guy kind of quick. Just a little double clutch there. This guy's just taking his sweet old time. Just mob by him here. Yeah, this suspension's very... kind of does it when you're accelerating too. It's got a little bit of a like torque steer to it. Kind of pulls you one way. A little annoying, but what are you gonna do? See me in the mirror. So we're just mob. I mean, I get 40, yeah, usually like 45 miles a gallon, which is pretty good gas mileage. I mean, for it being tuned and making the extra power, I thought the gas mileage would go way down. It went up. It went from like stock 39 to 45. I did a highway trip on the summer. It's like 300 miles of just 70 miles an hour, and I got like 57 miles a gallon on that trip. So really can't complain for what it is. So, like to get the power steering fixed would be a big thing. Suspension would be another big thing I would like to refresh. I just did both lower control arms, ball joints, inner and outer tie rods, and got the front realigned. So that helps stiffen it up or straighten it out. Take a little bit of play out of the wheel. But back spring, I think one of them's snapped, so it's kind of, one side's a little more sway to it. And yeah, it's an old car. It needs some work. But that's, I don't know, I like that challenge. And it makes for good content, so. I wonder if you could even see the speedometer. I mean, we're just cruising 75. And it's 0, about 1 PSI it's making. Which is good, because it's taking like literally no gas. That's what's so good about these cars on the highway. They just sip on the gas. But I'd like to take maybe a little bit of play out of the shifter. It's a little wobbly. It has a new bushing in the shifter tower in here. All new bushings actually, so I don't know where the play is coming from. And the shift tower on the transmission I rebuilt last winter when I did the clutch. I did all the bushings and seals in the shift tower. But it's still, I don't know, it's still got a lot of play in it. Could be the ends. Just roll into it in a spin second. But now we're getting on a nice back road, and I can kind of mob on. Not too fast. I don't want to get pulled over. And I'm on winter tires. I'm on studded snows, so I don't have a ton of grip. But come spring, summertime, we get in some GTI rims. I'm actually going to be picking them up this week, as long as they don't sell. Some GTI rims. I'll try and toss a photo in right now so you can see them. They're 16s, 205. I think it's 205 55 16s. So it'll be a little bit of a bump from the 195s. A little less sidewall, which is what I like. That I don't like how much sidewall there is for the. It gives you a little more roll. So it'll help with that. It'll look a little better too. They're not the 5. I think I have the 5-spoke aluminums on, which don't look bad, but it doesn't really show a whole lot of the inside. These show a little more. I can't remember the pattern, but I'll toss it up now. Probably gonna plastic dip them too. Not quite sure what color I'm gonna do. I think it's probably gonna be maybe gray, silver, like gunmetal gray or something would be pretty cool. Really hope this is capturing the road too. So it's got a Patriots hat on. But as far as car goes, I've shown on the channel a few times. But has a VNT 17 Garrett. Has a billet wheel upgraded. Same back housing, all that, just a billet wheel. So a little lighter, helps the spool. I have the balance sheet at home too. They sent it with the sheet. It was good though. It was mint. I kind of, I'm gonna throw the photos up so you guys can see each part. So VNT 17 turbo, got it off of eBay, I think. It was like $700, so not too bad. Then I got a aluminum side mount intercooler, because my stock one, once I turned it up, it ended up splitting the welds, or the plastic bends, welds, whatever they call them. This is a nice little spot. It's a nice road. The little plastic welds just buckled out, and it was just blowing boost out, so I had to baby it until I got the money for that. So I got a side mount. It wasn't actually too bad. I think it was like $110. It was pretty cheap. I don't know why I put it off so long. But side mount intercooler. Then I got the race pipe in EGR Delete. I think it's a 54 millimeter race pipe. All aluminum welded. That was a good one. That was a good purchase. Came with the whole Delete kit for the EGR. the lines, to loop the lines, and to block off on the turbo, the block off plate. So that's done. Turbo, race pipe, intercooler. Then I can't remember. I feel like they were 1019 DLCs or something like that. It might not have been that. It might have been a custom one, because I got 230s, .230s race ones, because I think stock was 165 or 174 or something. Microns for the tip of the nozzle, and they're 7 hole, 5 or 7 hole. I can't remember. I believe I got 7 hole. .230s. 3-bar map sensor to be able to handle the extra boost, so it can actually read it. And then I kind of stupid mistake, but I got rid of the airbox because I didn't like the look of it, and I wanted to put a pod filter on it, and then it was already gone at that point, and I realized the pod filter didn't fit, so it is duct taped to the MAF. Looks horrible, so I won't show that, but I will be fixing that. And it's also a MAF-less tune, so it's run straight off of the MAP sensor, the manifold pressure sensor. That controls all the fueling, so I don't even have to have the MAF sensor on the car. I could just put a filter straight on the turbo if I wanted, which would probably give it a pretty nice sound. So I might try that someday, I'm not sure. But I don't want it to be sucking up water or anything like that. If I had a skid plate, then I would, but I don't want it to be sucking up junk. So I'm just gonna try and find a factory airbox, put that back in, tidy that up. What else I got done? I got a catch can done. I used a Burger Motorsports, I think it is. It was from my BMW. So I got a Burger Motorsport catch can in there. I gotta try and get a photo of how that's routed, or take a video of it or something. But it's real simple. It's just from the CCV, a rubber hose goes right into the catch can, and then it's a baffled one, so it has 2 baffles in it, and in between it has some mesh to help the oil collect on it. And then it goes into the can and back up out the other side, and that's just another rubber hose that comes out straight into the intake pipe. I forget what it's called, the one that goes to the turbo. So there's that, and it definitely, this thing would smoke so much before. Like anytime you'd get on it, it'd be blowing out blue smoke. So don't assume your motor's bad if it's blowing out blue smoke. Try a catch can, or try and look in the crankcase vent and seeing if it's still blowing out blue smoke, because that can cause it to run away if it gets too bad, if you have too much blow by in the motor. So I did that. I'm trying to think, there was something else. The other reason I did the catch can, right. So the other reason I did it was because anytime I would rev this car over like 3,000, 3,500, it would blow the dipstick out. It would like shoot it right up to the hood, and it would just be spraying oil underneath. So for some reason, there is blow by. It's, like I said, 380,000 miles. This motor's probably leaking by the rings. So it was building up pressure in the crankcase. And anytime, or if I would like downshift it, and it would hit like 3,500, it would pop the dipstick right out and just be spraying oil everywhere. So the catch can helped with that. It does still smoke a little, but it only seems to be when it's sitting, like, which you're not really supposed to idle them for, I don't even know what reason, but I've heard everyone say that idling for a long time is not good. So when I pull into work, I usually sit there and idle for 10 minutes and then when I take off, there'll be a little puff of blue smoke, and then it's gone. It's cleared up. So, catch can, I feel like it's probably a must, especially if you're turning up the boost. And then I have a Stage 3 6-puck clutch in here from I think it was a VR6. I can't quite remember. I think it was a VR6 clutch. But it's got a 6-puck disc. Sprung. I almost got unsprung and I would have absolutely hated my life. But it's a sprung clutch. It is pretty aggressive, so it's kind of a pain to take off with. It's an absolute pain to take off with, let me say that. It's horrible. Anytime I pull up to a stop sign, you gotta really rev it and slip it a lot, because if you do it like a normal clutch, it bites and starts shuddering, which is really annoying. So you gotta either rev it up really high or just slip it forever until you take off, which I hate doing. So I just feather it and get it to the point where I can just let it out and it will go. So totally regret doing a 6-puck. With it being my daily driver, it's obnoxious to drive. Don't know what's going on here. Ooh. Oh, someone railed it there. So 6-puck clutch. Got rid of the dual mass flywheel. That thing chattered so bad. I believe it was the stock 300. I changed it at 360. I believe it was a stock clutch, because when I pulled it off, this thing had zero material left on the clutch. It was literally on the rivets, and the whole flywheel was scored in. It was very beat, because as soon as I turned the boost up, it just couldn't hold anything. So give me a second here and make sure I don't get into an accident. See, when it's downhill, real easy to take off. Buttery smooth. This transmission, I did fluid change on it. Put synchro mesh in it. This stuff, AutoZone sells it, Advanced Auto sells it. Synchro mesh, I believe Amsoil makes a version of theirs. I forget what it's called, but it is amazing stuff. I still don't know how it works exactly, but from what I've been told, it has brass in the fluid, something like that, but it literally makes it so you can just shift it without the clutch. I try not to, because if you don't line it up just right, you'll grind it. But if you get the rev matches on it, before, I never had third gear when I first bought this because of how bad it was in the transmission. It just was like hitting a wall. Unless you perfectly rev matched it, it wouldn't go in. Changed this fluid twice. I did like 5,000 miles, change it again. Buttery smooth. No problems at all with the transmission. I'll do it without the clutch. Like nothing. Just slides right out. Slides back in. And then I can even do into neutral rev match. Right into third. A little bit of a clunk there, but like nothing. So that is another thing. If you have a standard and you're due for a change, I would definitely do the synchro mesh transmission fluid. It is so nice. So there's that. Let's see, what else have I done to this car? I'm just trying to give you a full view of what it is. Let me give you a backstory on this thing. How about that? I got this thing from my boss at work. I had a 2002 Red Jetta automatic. Loved it. Got it for $100 because it had been sitting 5 years. It was sitting in a field. The guy's like, give me $100 for it. You can have it if it starts. I was like, all right. Went out, jumped the battery, started right up. Bought that. That was my second car I've ever owned. Amazing. Besides being automatic. It, like, once it got tuned in the EGR delete, it was so nice. besides it slipping. I mean, you could floor it and it would rev to like 4,000 and just hold it, and you'd be accelerating, and then it would finally be enough so that the torque had feathered off, whatever. It was enough so that the transmission would then catch, and then it had that nice smooth pull. A lot of Jettas out today. Nice smooth pull after that, but it just slipped so much. So I was at work, I was talking to him. He was like, how do you feel about the new Jettas? Like the 10s, 11s, the ones that had the diesel gate problem, whatever. It's like, yeah, they're not bad. I like mine. I have a 02, that thing's great. He's like, oh, really? It's like, yeah. He's like, I have an 03 right now. I was like, really? So yeah, it's 03. It's got a lot of miles on it. Dealership said they'd give me $100 for it when I buy the new one for trade-in. It's like, hold on, $100? He's like, yeah, they'll just give it for trade-in. They're just probably gonna scrap the car. It's like, hold on, I'll give you $225 for it. You don't even have to bring it there. I'll go pick it up, everything. He's like, $225. I was like, yeah, right now, cash. Pull out $225. Bought this hunk of junk. Bought $225. Can't go wrong. So that's how I got this car. When I got this car, the turbo actuator, the VNT actuator, was rusted. Vacuum line broken off, so I had no boost, no power. Replaced that with a $15 knockoff one. $5 new vacuum line. Thing's mint. Did an oil change on it. Had it for half a year. Turbo finally started leaking. Had a ton of shaft play in it. So I bought the new turbo, all the stuff we just talked about, and that's where I am with it now. So yeah, I mean, $225. Can't complain. Love this car. I've had it over a year. Coming up on a year and a half now. Gets me to work every day. It's only left me stranded when the oil pan's broke. I think I have a photo. If I have a photo, I'm gonna put it right now. It was pretty funny. I was going down a back road with my friend, and I broke the oil pan on my old Jetta on that road, and I thought this one was higher for some reason. And we're coming down this dirt hill at like midnight. And I'm like, yeah, this is right where I broke my other oil pan, right as I hit the rock and break this one. And I'm like, you are kidding me. And I got out, and there's just oil running all over the ground. It was horrible. I was ticked off. He was laughing his head off. And yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to do a walk around. I am going to do a walk around, I'll tell you that. Probably in the next few videos. I'm going to take this thing to the car wash. I'm going to clean it out, get rid of some garbage, bring it to the car wash. Maybe I'll do a time lapse of me washing and show you before and after. And then vacuum it out, get it looking nice. Watch this, ready? Look at this. Rev it up, right to 3, right in, nothing. Car wash, vacuum, and then I'll give you guys a walk around of the outside. It looks like crap. It's got a lot of miles. It's not bad though. Give you a walk around, show you what's under the hood. Again, nothing great. It's oily, it's smelly, it has a ton of miles on it, and it's just ugly, but I'll still show you anyways. And yeah, let me know if you guys want to see anything else about this car. Excuse me. I do like making videos on this car because it's my daily. I know everything about it. This stupid thing. Must be a Jetta thing. Let me know if there's any other videos you want to see. I will do a walk around soon, real soon. And I'll give you, I might even do like a parts breakdown video of all the parts I put into it to get it where it is now. I think I might do that actually. That would be a pretty cool video. I'm going to, what am I going to do here? I'm going to pull over. Alright, hopefully this is a good angle here. Try to set it up on the steering wheel. Just gonna gently pull out here. Give you a quick pull. I don't know, it feels kind of slow today. not gonna lie, it feels kind of slow. I don't know if my clutch is slipping. It kind of sounded like it was slipping a little bit. I hope it's not slipping. Maybe I should have eased into it, but what are you gonna do? Give it a little fourth gear, try and spool it. I guess it does feel kind of slow today. I don't know what it is. It's pretty nice out. It's like 40, 45 degrees out. I'm pulling up to a stop sign here. Pretty much just roll it anyways. It's not even, I don't know. It's making full boost. I don't know why it feels down on power. I'll give it a little, I don't know, it does feel kind of slow now, now I'm thinking of it. Uh-oh. Might be getting pulled over. Uh-oh. Got a cop coming up on me. Oh. Big yikes. Oh. Hey, how's it going? Here's my feet. Alright, I'm gonna call it there. If you guys enjoyed this video, oh my god, give it a thumbs up for me, please. Or not, I don't care. You can see my feet again. Give it a thumbs up, don't give it a thumbs up, whatever you want to do. Oh, yeah, that's great. Subscribe, let me know what else you want to see on this car.